I hope the sound quality is better this way because I bought a new webcam and a microphone, but I can't seem to quite manage to get the webcam to work, so I'm using an older one, but still with the microphone, the new microphone, so I hope the sound quality is better. Now, if I look at my progress in English, there's quite a noticeable difference. Well, at least I think so. I am beginning to pay more attention to the way that I articulate my own spoken language, and this in combination with paying more attention to spoken or written language in TV shows and books, I have noticed that I am enlarging my idiom. For instance, while watching MasterChef Australia, one of the contestants commented that she had an Herculean task in completing the dish. I had never heard of that word, neither did my mum. But I did think it sounded rather posh, so I'm trying to use it in my language now. And my progress in the classes vary quite massively, because if you look at the lessons grammar and basic, well, they've been basic. The rules that we discuss that are based on the grammar, I already use them in my own written language, and I hope I hardly make mistakes in my spoken language. Now, if I look at the lessons writing, there's, if I use the word correctly, a Herculean difference, because those lessons are horrifically difficult, and they have and still will require quite some study work to fully understand them. But I'm trying it, and I'm hoping that one of these days I will understand what the assignments mean and what I have to do. At the beginning of this minor, I was kind of against the fact that we were going to look at the American culture, because I always thought that America was a flamboyant and arrogant country that just wanted to be better at everything. But during my lessons in American culture, I realized that this is just a very European view. Because if you look at the history of America, it is highly interested, and I learned of historic figures that I had never heard of, but that have been a great part in the way that American grew. People like Emmett Till or Harriet Tubman from the Underground Railroad. Now, I don't know if I simply didn't pay attention to them before because they were from America, or that they are simply not named in the Dutch educational system, because they tend to be European European orientated. Nice mess up there for me. So it's not sure what is actually used or what isn't, or which I didn't notice. If I language on its own, I've developed quite an interest in the way it is used and currently used and can be used. For instance, that chaos poem, it is rather insane, but with its most difficult verses in there. But to recite them enjoyable. And I even challenge my family and friends to try and say a couple of verses. And it's rather fun to see them struggle with the words. Yesterday I even challenged a native speaker to try and pronounce the poem, and in it he found 2 words that he didn't even know. He had never used them before. Now, I did notice I pronounced some of the words differently, like a Gordon. We came to the decision that might be just because we speak different accents. Now, we also talked about how to pronounce the word pronunciation, because that word is called, I think it's pronunciation, but we're just not sure. Now, I hope the progress in my English is noticeable to others as well. I hope that I continue to improve my English in the upcoming period. But so far I've quite enjoyed it, and I'm quite looking forward to the soap opera we have to do soon. So I hope that will be okay. So bye bye.